Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sam Sarasvati Namaha. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badharayanam Sutrabhashya Krito Vande Bhagavando Punah Punaham Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll chant the third verse together. Vakyarthascha vicharyatam shruti shiraf pakshas samashriyatam dustarkat suviramyatam shrudimadastarko nusandhiyatam brahmasmiti vibhavyatam aharahar garvav parityajyatam Dehe aham matirujyatam buddhajaneir vadav parityajyatam. Aharaha. In each and every day, Brahmasmiti vibhavyata. Such words are, there is a nyaya in Sanskrit known as Dehali Deepa Nyaya. What is it? Dehali Deepa. Dehali means threshold. Threshold, in houses we have a threshold. So if we keep a lamp on the threshold, that lamp will give the light inside the house also, outside the house also. So that is known as Dehali Deepa Nyaya. Now here, this aharaha word is used for both the words. Aharaha brahmasmiti vibhavyata. Every day we should meditate that I am that supreme consciousness. Aharaha garva parityajara. Both. So aharaha word should be joined with both the statements, both instructions. Aharaha brahmasmiti vibhavyata. Again and again. Not that one day we thought, aham brahmasmi, ho gaya. Nay. Again and again and again, every day, day in and day through, we should meditate that I am the supreme consciousness. At the same time, garvavaha parityajata. Very, very important that we should not be caught up in some kind of garva, some kind of pride. This should be very, very, very important. Then comes the next question. So, Bhagavan, you said that aharaha garva parityajyatam. We should give up the pride. How? How can we give up pride? Says, dehe ahammati ujjatam. What is the way to give up pride? How can we cross over or defeat this pride which comes to us? See, really, sometimes we are able to sit down and meditate for 1 hour. After that 1 hour, we feel that Today to bahut badhiya ho gaya. Isn't it? We feel that, oh, today. And then we look at that second person who is sitting and then sleeping. He's trying to meditate, but he's going to sleep. Then we feel that I'm much better than him. See, pride comes. The subtler we walk, subtler is the pride. As the things become subtler, it is stronger. The spiritual pride is the strongest pride to cross over. The moment we feel that I'm a siddha, I'm a master. So that's why, how can we, we understood, but how can we cross, how can we defeat, how can we control the pride? The way is pointed out in the next Upadesha. What is that? Dehe ahammatihi ujjatam. All the cause of our pride is based on our body. Dehe, deha. In dehe ahammatihi ujjatam. Ujjatam parityajyatam. Give completely. Annihilate. Discard. Destroy. What? Ahammatihi. The sense that I am, aham, I am this. Ahammati, the notion of I-ness. I. Where is this ahammati? Where is this I-ness? It is in dehe. Deha, sharira, body. We are all, I'm sure that you may have heard the story of Tripura Dahana. Have you heard the story of Tripura Dahana? In Shiva Purana, there is a story of Tripura Dahana. There were 3 Rakshasas. They did tapas and then they got some boons from Brahma. And they were living in 3 towns, 3 cities. One city is made up of iron, the other one with bronze, the second one with copper, third was with gold. 3 cities. The iron city was in earth, the copper city was in the space, and the golden city was in heavens. And they were attacking everyone, causing, destruction everywhere, destroying dharma. So now, Devatas, what to do? So they asked Brahmaji, you see, what kind of boons you are giving? He said, what to do when people do? I am vidhi. See, my role is to give karma bhala. If somebody does a karma, I am bound to give the karma bhala. I can't do anything else. I have to. But there is one way that when they ask for me for this boon, that they should be here, nobody should be able to destroy them and all that. But once in 10,000 years, they will come in one line. All these 3 cities, which are, in the earth and the heavens and they are all everywhere. But once in 10,000 years, they will come in a proper alignment. They will be coming in one line. That day, if Sri Parameshwara wants, he can destroy us. So, that is a story. That is Tripura Dahana. That's why in Shivaratri we have 4 yama. Each yama, something special happened. That's why there are 4 yama puja in Shivaratri. So the 3rd yama puja, we do the Tripura Dahana, 4th yama. The last one is known as, 3rd yama is Parvati Vivaha. 4th one is Tripura Dahana. Bhagavan destroyed the Tripuras. So, what is this Tripura? Why are you telling all these stories? Because these 3 Puras are not somewhere. We are all living in that 3 Puras. We are all living in 3 cities. One is known as this gross body, which can be seen, which can be experienced. The second is known as subtle body, known as Sukshma Sharira. And the third is known as Karana Sharira, or causal body. Gross body, subtle body, and the causal body. We will study about all this when we are studying Tattva Bodha. So all of us are Tripuras. We are so much identified with these three puras. So when we are in the Nididhyasana, in deep meditation, that is the time where all these three cities will come in one line. Then Sri Bhagavan or Sri Guru, he uses his Jnana Bana and then destroy all the three cities. See how beautifully this entire Vedantic philosophical ideas are expressed through simple stories. You see, when we are children, we listen to this very happy. Nice. We can see some war happening. Bhagavan himself is coming, and the Mantra Parvata becomes his bow, and then Mahavishnu himself is the arrow. With that Mahavishnu, he burned the entire. What is Mahavishnu? Vyapanatvam. Sarvam Khalyudam Brahma is Vishnu. Vyapakatvad Vishnu. With that Brahmakara Vritti, we have to destroy these three identification with the three bodies. So what is the way to come out of this ahaha garva? That is dehe in sharira, dehadishu ahammati. In our sharira means in our bodies, bahuvachana, plural. Why? All of us are blessed with three bodies. Stula, Sukshma, Karana. In English, Stula means the gross body, Sukshma means the subtle body, and the causal body. So three bodies are there. So we are all attached. We all feel that I am this. Stula Sharira. That's why when we go to sleep, still we are there. I had such nice dreams. When we are seeing the dream, whether we were aware of this gross body? No. We were experiencing it with another body. That is known as Sukshma Sharira. And then we go to deep sleep. There also we enjoy. We say, I slept like a log. What a sleep. I slept like a log. But then there also we say, aham sugham swapsam. Nakinjit avedisha. I was not aware of anything. I slept so well. There also I is there. Is that I, and is the I who is seeing the dream, or is the I who is experiencing this world, is this the same? Yes and no. Because there is one aspect which is continuously there. That's why we can remember. Unless we experience something, we can't remember. So now I am remembering that I had such a nice dream because there is something which is common. And I slept so well. I am remembering because something is there. But in those experiences also, while we are in that experience, we are not aware of the others. Why? That is known as the ahammati. We feel that at that time of the experience, we feel that we are identified with the certain body. In the Sushupti, in deep sleep, we are identified only with our causal body, Karna Sharira. In sleep, in dream, we are identified with our Sukshma and Karna Sharira. When we are in Jagrat, when we are awakened, we are identified with all the three Shariras. So, Dehe aham matirujyata means not only in this physical body. Because when we go to sleep, we are actually giving up the identification with the physical body. If we are not giving up the identification with the physical body, we cannot go to sleep. So I'm doing it. No. So while we are awake, we have to give up the identification with all the three bodies. Stula sukshma karana deheshu aham madhihi ujjatam. Not only in this three sharira, tesham anubhaveshu. All those experiences which we go through, when we are in the stula sukshma karana sharira, we have to give up identifying with them also. Tesham anubhava. So, one thing with the bodies, second tesham anubhava. The different experiences, what we experience through stula sukshma karana sharira. Not only that, tat sambandhi dhana mana putra sukhadishu cha. When we are identified with each of this body, what happens? Not only that we are identified with the body, but all those experiences also, the wealth, our children, progeny, house, wife, husband, children. So we are identified. They are all our extended ego. So, aham. That's why when your son becomes a CEO of a big company, you become very happy because extended ego. We feel that I am my son or my daughter or my granddaughter, grandson. See, our aham is we are expanding and we are getting more and more caught up with. So if we really want to give up the ego, what we should do? We should understand that I am not these three bodies. Dehe ahammati. So that is very important. So what is Maya? That's a very famous Hindi bhajan. I'm sure you might have all heard about it. Sometimes, some simple such bhajans bring so much of understanding and, he opens up our mind very much. Very famous bhajan says, Tera mera, mera tera, mera tera, tera mera. Yehi Prabhu ki Maya. What is this Maya you are talking about? Only this much. Tera, mera. Yours and mine. I and you, mine and yours. Tera, mera, mera, tera. Yehi Prabhu ki Maya. Isse kaun bach paya? No, nobody. Actually speaking, it is very difficult to come, out of this. Rishiyon ko, muniyon ko, jnaniyon ko, guniyon ko, jisne sada na chaya. Even great rishis, munis, all of them, they are also under the spell of this Maya. I and mine, I and mine. You and yours, I and mine. Tera, mera. Mera, tera. So, this is the cause. This ahammati in sharira, that is the cause of our ahankara. So, if you want to come out of ahankara, what is the way? The way is dehe ahammatihi ujjatam. Give up this ahankara in shariradi. So, how can we give up the ahankara in shariradi? I've seen last verse also. One is by developing a viparita bhavana. When you read, when you study the Bhajagovindam, etc., sometimes we see that how negative is this outlook of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is telling, bhairya bibheditasmin kaye, even your wife also will be afraid of your body. Ma kurudana jana yauvana garvam. No, so many, we feel that these are negative thoughts. No. They are all will help us to come out of this identification. So that's one way. Second way is to develop bhakti, to have shraddha, bhakti, dhyana yogadavaihi, have faith and devotion at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, our Guru, Shastra. That will give us clarity and we'll be able to the grace. That will also help us. And third is chindanam. Try to, whenever, emotions start to overrule us, we have to sit down and think why I am troubled, why I am affected. What is the cause because of which I am getting agitated? Slowly try to understand. We will understand that the root cause is ahammati. This bhava that I am. He did not do this. How dare? Why? Me. So, this is the way, why? Viveka with the proper understanding, with the vairagya, with the tyagenaike amrtatvamanisuhu, with this ability to give up, the dependency to sharira, mano, buddhi, etc. That's the way to come out of dehe ahammati ujjatam. Slowly we come. So, whatever sadhanas we do, whether we are doing seva, whether we are doing puja, whether we are doing meditation, whether we are doing japa, in a Jnanamargi's life, they are all important. Why? Because with all these sadhanas alone, we can slowly detach us from the oneness with Sharira Mano Buddhi. So, it is important for most of the sadhakas. There may be one or two, because they have done it in their previous birth, they can directly walk into this pavilion of this, Atma Chintanam. But most of us, we need this kind of practices so that slowly we will be able to detach ourselves from Dehe Ahammati. Dehe Ahammati Rujyatam. So what you are talking about this, Maya, Bandha, etc. The Maya works on us in two ways. One, Shariradishu Atma Buddhi, Jagati Satyatva Buddhi. How Maya is able to conquer us, or how the Maya works on us? In two ways. One, Shariradishu Atma Buddhi. That feeling of that I am this on body, etc. Shariradishu on our body and all related things. Atma Buddhi, this is me. I am this body. This notion. And Jagati Satyatva Buddhi. Jagati, in this universe, Satyatva Buddhi. This universe is true. Sharire Atma Buddhi, Jagati Satyatva Buddhi. These are the two ropes because of which we are all bound to this world. So what is the way to come out? Dehe ahammati rujyatam. We give up the ahammati, ahankara, oneness with Shariradi. Dehe hammati rujyatam. Then comes the next 25. Next is Buddha Jane Vadaf Parityajyatam. Buddha Jane Vadaf Parityajyatam. Now, Bhagavan is concluding this session. What session? About the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So he is telling, what is the last concluding verse is, Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajyatam. Parityajyatam, giving up, give up. What? Argument, vadaha, with Buddha jana. With wise men, please give up arguing with wise men. Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajyatam. We should give up completely arguing with wise men. This is a very important instruction for us. So what do you mean by Buddha Jana? One meaning of Buddha Jana is our Guru. Second meaning of Buddha Jana is wise men of this world. See, sometimes what happened to us, after learning Shastra, etc., then we start to feel that we are better than our Guru. Really. Sometimes we feel that, see, when you are living in a human body, there will be always some liability. Every person, no man is complete. There will be some shortcomings for everyone. So, in the Guru also, when Guru is living through the, Stula Sukshma Karana Sharira, some shortcomings will be there. But when we become very close to the Acharya and Guru, etc., slowly we start to see the shortcomings. And we feel, wo to aise karte hain. No, he is telling like that, he is doing like this. I am better. And when Guru try to teach us, when the Guru is trying to instruct us, see, one thing is, Guru is sitting in the Vyasapid and telling about Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, etc. It's okay. When Guru comes to our life and say, please don't do that. No, please do like this. Please, that is what you did is wrong. As long as Guru is sitting in the Vyasapid, everything is okay. The moment Guru comes to our life and start to mold us, it is very painful. Our ego will hurt. That is the job of Guru, to destroy the ego is the job of a Guru. And when he is doing that, it can be very painful. And if we are not ready for that, then what happens? We remain as we are, with extended ego. One more ego came to us, that I have studied Vedanta. Says, Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajya. When our Guru instructing us in something which is related to our day-to-day life, please accept it. Okay? Sometimes you may think that why he is telling like this. Please understand, they may be able to see us more than what we can see ourselves. That in all of us, they say that there are 4, different layers of personality. One layer of personality is that which I also can see myself and you also can see. The second layer is I know, you do not know. I know some things which I only know. The others can't understand. There's a third level where the people can know. The others know better, but we may not be aware of it. See, anybody, when we are, that's why we say that we need good friends. A good friend is not one who is just always with us for all the parties and merrymaking. A good friend is like a darpana. A good friend is like a mirror. Who reflects and who actually shows us who we really are. There is one aspect of our personality which cannot be known by me. But a good friend will be able to see that and then he will be able to correct us. That's why when Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajyatam, when wise men are giving us some advice, we may think that no, Nothing is there like that. But maybe they can see us. They can see those dark areas of our personality which are not known to us. So when they instruct us, when they advise us, open your heart and then accept it. Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajata. That's one meaning. When our Guru, when the Mahatmas are trying to mold us, trying to correct us, give up the ego and accept it. That's the only way. So, Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajata. So, one thing is, we open ourselves for the correction. Second is, vadaha. Please understand. See, we have studied so many, understanding, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, etc. Please understand, the vada means those logic which will bring the difference in us, that can be different logics. What? They say, each one of us are different. So, Acharyas may use different kinds of logic to, take us to that level. So, a logic which is very, helpful for me may not work for another person. So, the Buddhajana will be giving, the wise men will be giving some instruction to another person. Please do not interfere and say that, no, my Guru told me like this. Okay, that person is, he doesn't know anything. Do this. Please understand, each one of us are different. For each one of us, Gurus give different kinds of, upadeshas, because that's what we need. When we went to LKG, UKG, the first thing we studied was the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Okay, when a small child is there, he tells, no, this teacher is all, misleading you. For him, that is the truth. When he grows, he will get the next instruction. Let us not, contradict the Upadeshas of the great masters and try to apply our own logic into it and then destroy the entire spiritual growth. Buddha janaihi vadaha parityajyatam. Now comes the so this much is about the second verse is this verse is very, very important. Third verse is very much important for our Vedanta sadhana. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Now, just because we have heard, just because we understood, just because we are practicing Aham Brahmasmi Vibhavanam, Nididhyasanam, we are not Mukta Purushas. Just because we intellectually knows, just because we, understands, just because we can give great lectures, it doesn't mean that we are realized masters. No, this is something which we have learned. Now, in order to make it our experience, there are many adjustments, many sadhanas, many spiritual practices all of us should take up. So that is given in the fourth verse. In Vedanta, the truth is explained in 3 levels. We'll learn them in detail later. One is known as pratibhasika, appearances. Second is known as vyavaharika, transactional. Third is known as paramarthika, absolute. The truth reveals itself in three levels. One is pratibhasika, appearance. See, when I see a snake on a rope, as long as I do not see the rope, so long there is a truth. We are experiencing it. That is known as pratibhasika. The truth which appears. The second level is known as, see, the moment I understand this is a rope, that pratibhasika, that disappears, and then we are in the transactional reality. Okay? There I am there, you are there, each one of us are there, that we are in this world. So all those laws of this world apply to us. How we should respect our teachers, how should we respect each other, how should we, do the transaction. That should be according to Dharma. Just because we are Vedantic students, we are not allowed to do whatever we want to do. As long as, and another thing, when we are thinking also, whenever we are doing the meditation, please do not mix the realities. Sometimes what happened to many of us who are trying to do the meditation is, we are mixing up the realities. And we bring this absolute reality into transactional level. And we take transactional reality into absolute level. And then we mix it up. And then we think, what is this happening? There's no sense in this philosophy. How? You say, how can you say that this entire world is Maya? What is the problem if we say it is Maya? No, this is not Maya, this is Satyam only. Sir, what is the meaning of Maya? Maya means not true. Who says so? I say so. What is the meaning of Maya? Maya means, see, in Vedanta we use three words. Sat. The opposite of Sat is Asat. Not Maya. Many people get confused. They think that when Vedanta is talking about Maya, their software translate the word Maya into Asat. And then they ask, how can you say that the world is not there? Who is telling that world is not there? You only said no. What did I say? This world is Maya. Yes, the world is Maya. But you can see I am there, we are talking to each other. How can you say that it is Maya? Oh, my dear sir, Maya doesn't mean not there. Maya means it is appearing. But if you really meditate on that, we understand that there is something else. There is something which is subtler, which is appearing as the universe. We are not telling the world is Asat. Sat, opposite Asat. Not Sat is opposite Maya. So, this transactional reality. So, we do accept that. Adi Shankaracharya also, all Acharyas, transactional reality is there. Vyavaharika Satyatvam is there for this world. But even when the Vyavahara Satta is there, in the absolute level, it is Brahman. Even when we say that I am a Jiva, that is for transactional reality. But even when I feel that I am a Jiva, truly, really, at that time also, I am that Supreme Consciousness. See, when we are seeing the snake on a rope, even when we are seeing the snake also, what was there? Rope alone was there. Like that. So, what I want to say is that, so when we are discussing this sadhana, you see, this work is dedicated for our sadhana. Okay, so when we are trying to experience, when we want to do that nididhyasanam, aham brahmasmi iti vibhavyatam, we have to take care of many transactional realities. We should not lose the touch with transactional world. We should be very careful. Sometimes people go into a kind of, they get confused so much. Says, be careful. We should be careful with that. What is it? What he is telling? Dehe ahammatirujyatam, he said. And then concluded, now comes a very transactional realities. All of us should practice some disciplines in our life. What are those disciplines which all the sadhakas should practice? They are all given in the 4th verse. Very, very important for us. Manana, Shravana, Nididhyasana, that all can come later. First is, we have to practice some basic rules of life, which will give us adhikaritva, which will make us adhikari for higher knowledge and thinking. That makes us, we'll be able to understand, assimilate, and experience the truth. Okay? So the 4th verse is very, very, very important for all the sadhakas. What are the verses? Very transactional. From the transactional point, this verse is very important. Okay? Kshudvyadhischa chikitsyataam pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam swadvannam natu yachyatam vidhivasat praptena santushyatam shitoshnadi vishahyatam natu vridha vakyam samuccharyatam audasenyam abhipsyatam janakripa naishturyamutsrijyatam. I will read one line. Kshudvyadhischa chikitsyataam pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam swadvannam natu yachyatam vidhivasat praptena santushyatam. Shitoshnadi vishahyatam natu vridha vakyam samuccharyatam. Audasenyam abhipsyatam janakripa naishturyamutsrijyatam. Shall we chant together? Kshudvyadhischa chikitsyataam pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam swadvannam natu yachyatam vidhivasat praptena santushyatam shitoshnadi vishahyatam natu vridha vakyam samuccharyatam audasenyam abhipsyatam janakripa naishturyamutsrijyatam. So Bhagavan gave us 24 instructions already. The 25th instruction is very, very important, very, very practical instruction. See, in this you'll see that there are 8 instructions in this. 4 instructions are regarding to our food. Why? Because it is very, very important. Many mistakes. The sadhakas make many mistakes. One important mistake a sadhaka takes up is either he start to disregard his health, or he become overindulgent with the body. You can see this when we are, when a person starts to actually start to study, start to walk the path of spiritual life. The 2 distractions happen to people. One, either they become overindulgent, or they start to disregard their body. Because that's what we are hearing day in, day out, that you are not the body, you are not the body, you are not the body. And then we come to a state that, if I'm not the body, why should I take care of it? And they start to stop eating, they start to stop, different kinds of activities which are very much needed for the body. They start to disregard the body, and then the price we have to pay for it will be too much. Why? Because the Shastra says that the most important, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Whether we want to achieve any Purushartha, whether it is Dharma, Artha, Kama or Moksha, whether we want to achieve any Purushartha, the tool to achieve that Purushartha is our body. Without the body, impossible for us to progress. Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. To whatever we want to achieve in the world, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Sharira is the tool. Please understand, Sharira is a tool. Sharira is a vehicle. We have to take care of it if we want to reach somewhere. If we want to progress in our spiritual life or material life. Now, we came to this level, we don't think much about the material life, but even to meditate, even to progress in spiritual path, we need the body. Before we used to think that this body is me. Now recognize that the body is mine. And I need this to reach my goal. For that what we need? We need ahara. We need food. So that's why 4 instructions are based on food. Now, adyade atticha bhutani ityanna. We'll study in Taittiriya. So the food is very, very important. Why? Because, as I was telling, the food is the base of the body and mind. According to Indian understanding, they have done lots of, when we read the Upanishads, etc., we can see that they have done many, many different kinds of experiments. Okay, the father calls his disciple, father and teacher same, and then he asks the disciple to chant Veda. The disciple chants the Veda. Everything is by hearted, he is chanting so well. Then father asks the child, now you go for fasting. Don't eat anything. Other than water, don't eat anything. For 2-3 weeks. This is not the modern time. If it's a modern time, the son will call the police. This father is asking me. But this way, the ancient times, Vedic period, the son fasted for 2-3 weeks. And father called him. Now you recite the Vedas. Nothing is there. He's not able to remember the Vedic mantras. He said, okay, now you start to eat slowly, slowly, okay? First day itself, don't go for a fasting. Slowly, slowly, slowly eat. And for 5 days, within 4 or 5 days, he came back to the normal diet. Father called the son and said, now you chant the Veda. He started to chant. So the father asked the child, what do you understand? Now, what is the lesson you learned? Says, mind is the subtler form of the food what we eat. The grossest is, we push it out. The second, the Rajasic Bhaga becomes our body, and the Sattva, the most subtlest part of our food becomes our mind. Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhihi Sattva Shuddhau Dhruva Smritihi. Upanishad says, Ahara Shuddhau. When our food is pure, Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhihi, our mind also slowly will become pure. Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhihi. When the mind is pure, Sattva Shuddhau, Dhruva Smritihi, we will be able to continuously remember the truth. Brahmasmiti Vibhavyatam. Each and every moment we should remind ourselves that I am the Supreme Consciousness. For that, our mind should be very subtle and very pure. Only a subtle and pure mind can meditate upon the oneness of Jiva and Brahma. For that, we should be very careful that our mind should be pure, our mind should be subtle. For that, what we should do? We should be very careful with what we eat or what we receive, not only through the mouth, with all the 5 indriyas. What we see, what we listen, what we taste, what we smell, what kind of touch we experience. These are all very, very, very important for spiritual growth. So not only one. So here, ahara, when we are talking about food, in Sanskrit, ahara means aharati, means that which we consume, that which we take in. That's the meaning. The word meaning of ahara, asamandat harati, that which we take in. That's the meaning. So not only food, any kind of inputs we receive through all the 5 indriyas, they are all food. That's why that prayer, Bhadram karnebhi shrunuyama deva, Bhadram pashyemakshabhiryajatra. Prayer, let us listen whatever is Bhadra. Let us see whatever is that whatever we are seeing, whatever we are listening, whatever we are smelling, whatever we are eating, they are all ahara. They are all food. And the sattva of that food will change into our mind. So the food is very, very important. So especially the food what we eat. We'll study in Gita, Bhagavan there are chapters after chapters talking about food. There, Bhagavan says, na tishnadastu yogosti. Nachaikanta manasnataha. If a person is, just eating and eating and eating, devouring food, or a person who is not at all eating food, for both, yoga is not possible. Yukta ahara viharasya. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Yukta swapnavabodhasya. Yogo bhavati dukkha. Yoga is possible. Which yoga? Dukkha. That will destroy the miseries. That is possible only a person who is balanced. Yuktahara, the right kind of food. Yukta vihara, the right kind of exercise. Yukta cheshtaha, the right kinds of reactions, interactions. Only such a person will be able to achieve the equilibrium, the balance, which is known as yoga. So that's why Bhagavan says the food should be, we should take the food with lots of shraddha. Why? Because there are three kinds of dosha, three kinds of problems or dangers attached to food. One is known as vastu dosha. Second is known as nimitta dosha. Third is known as ashraya dosha. There are three kinds of, impurities which can affect our food. One is known as vastu dosha, because the food get poisoned because of the vastu, because of the matter what we have used. Suppose we are eating a rotten, fruit, or the grains are, gone bad. So the vastu, the basic ingredients by which we have prepared the food, they are gone bad, and because of that the food becomes poison. It's known as vastu dosha. Second is known as nimitta dosha. Means we have made nice ghee, good milk, good rice, everything is very good. But into that pot of ghee, one lizard is fallen, or some poison is fallen. So actually there is no vastu dosha, but a nimitta, an external factor. Because of an external factor, our food become impure. The hair, nail, so many impurities can be there in the food. These two are okay. Comes the third one, known as ashraya dosha. What is ashraya dosha? Ashraya dosha means who is cooking the food. Who is cooking the food means with what kind of intention, what kind of thought somebody is cooking the food, or from whom we are getting the food. Who is giving the food, or see with what kind of resource the food is offered. Means what? One is, if whoever is cooking the food, if he is thinking all negative, now I have to cook, and then if you cook that food, it becomes poison. If that anger is there, or depression is there, or this kind of negative feelings are there in the mind of the cook while cooking, that food can create very subtle disturbances in our meditation. So that's why in olden days, so much of restrictions were there regarding food. I'm sure at least we know, next generation will not even hear about it, but we know that, certain kind of people only should cook food. We should not just go to any restaurant and eat. We are prohibited. Why? Because we do not know what kind of people, with what kind of intention they are cooking. See, a restaurant is not cooking for thinking that, my customers should be very healthy, very happy, etc. What they want is these people should eat more. They should spend more. So when they are cooking the food itself, the intention is to gain wealth. Nobody prays. The cook never prays, my sarve bhavantu suginaha. Nobody prays like that. Let I get more and more. That's what the basic thing is. So, Not only there, wherever. That's why in our houses, etc., before, mother will take bath in the early morning, will chant Nama Japa and then cook. Because when we do that, our mind is peaceful and then positive emotions are there, which will reflect on the food. This is known as Ashraya dosha. This is one type. Second is a very difficult one. See, we can find a very good cook, etc. But the second is known as Ashraya dosha, means from whom this food is coming. Means who is offering the food. When we go to a party, when we go to people, they give us food. But how these people earn this money through which they have prepared this food? If this person is a immoral person, or whether this money is money through which the food is created, whether this money comes from immoral sources, or is this person if has committed crime, etc. They said that food which we eat from such fallen people also can create disturbances in the mind. So as a sadhaka, we should be very careful about the food we consume. No more those free days, wherever we want to go, whatever we want to eat. That's all gone. Now we are in a path. They have done that all. Very good. Thank you very much. Done. Now we have to be very careful about our mind. See, it's not about food. It's about our mind. What kind of, reactions come to our mind? We can know, some kind of food, if we take, our mind becomes very agitated. Some kind of food becomes very sattvic. Some kind of food, lethargic. We sleep. So we should know, and that differ from people to people. It's not that everything is, So we have to find out what is the sattvic food for us. And how we should live. And Bhagavan is giving us very loving instructions so that we are careful about our spiritual practices and spiritual growth. We'll see them in detail tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.